la 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 la.
Icon here. Today we're going to be reacting to a scary horror animated story. Brace yourself. Let's dive right into the video. Okay. A flight attendant. Okay.
This is a story about my friend Anna, who
Okay.
works as a flight attendant. A few years ago, she was on a returning flight from Southeast Asia. While
Alright.
preparing for takeoff, she got into a confrontation with a passenger
Why?
about the placement of luggage. The elderly man insisted that his personal belongings be stored separately from those of other passengers.
Okay.
But because he had not made a request for such accommodations in advance,
Alright.
the crew was unable to fulfill his wishes.
Damn.
Anna had recently started this
It's
job,
peace.
and although she knew how to deal with many types of unhappy customers,
Alright.
this one in particular gave her a hard time.
Damn.
Eventually, a senior flight attendant stepped in and resolved the issue. But
Okay.
the old man was visibly displeased.
It's visibly
Later,
displeased.
Anna was going around and taking trash from the passengers.
Alright.
When she passed by the old man, he held up a little wooden box and
Ooh.
told her to dispose of it. The box was rectangular,
Okay.
roughly the size of an average palm, and
Okay.
its lid was carved with markings that looked like an ancient foreign script.
Okay.
Though hesitant at first, Anna did not wish to exacerbate the situation with this passenger, so she complied. The
Alright.
moment her fingers touched the box, Anna felt a strange sensation flow throughout her body, but it was only for a brief second.
Alright.
She didn't think much of it and continued down the aisle.
Okay.
About halfway
Damn.
through the flight was when Anna began noticing something wrong. She developed a slight headache and was feeling dizzy and weak. Attributing this to lack of sleep, she tried her best to power through,
Okay.
but it soon proved to be too difficult to do so.
Too
Her
difficult to
senior
do
was
so.
aware of the situation and kindly escorted her to the crew resting area.
Okay.
After taking some Advil and a cup of water, Anna lied down for a nap.
Alright.
During her sleep, Anna initially sensed numerous tiny hairs brushing against her leg.
What?
She ignored it, thinking it was just the fuzzy blanket.
Okay.
At certain points, however, she did vividly recall experiencing pain. It wasn't
Damn.
excruciating to any degree, more like someone poking her knee with an extremely small needle.
Damn.
And each instant lasted for about a millisecond. Because she was so fatigued at the time, she simply shifted her position and
Damn.
continued to rest without opening her eyes. Upon waking some hours later,
Okay.
Anna felt refreshed and ready to return to work. She
Alright.
sat up from the bed to step into her high heels. But as soon as her right foot entered the shoe,
Okay.
she immediately pulled out because her toe had come into contact with an unfamiliar object inside.
Damn.
Unsure what it was, she was scared to reach in. Instead, she picked up the shoe, turned it upside down, and gave it a few knocks against the bedside
Ooh.
table. To her surprise, a huge insect fell onto the ground,
Damn.
generating a loud hiss as it landed. The insect had a red body with
Okay.
black dots on the back and white triangular wings
Ooh.
that spanned the length of an adult hand.
Damn.
That wasn't the most terrifying feature. The horror, which caused Anna
The
to
horror!
drop the shoe, dash out of the room, and scream at the top of her lungs,
Okay.
was the sight of 4 hairy tentacles
Okay.
protruding from the insect's rear.
Alright.
It looked like a product of breeding moths with centipedes, a
Damn.
creature you might find in a sci-fi film. Its
Yeah.
protagonist was a mad scientist.
Okay.
Needless to say, it was an embarrassing moment for Anna, running from the resting area to the cabin,
Okay.
where her colleagues and passengers could witness her terror. A male flight attendant quickly came to her aid and, after hearing her account of the incident, decided to investigate.
Okay.
Anna, still in shock, opted to stay where she was. As she stood there in her stockinged feet, hair in a mess from sleeping, she nervously glanced at the passengers.
Okay.
What she saw sent chills down her spine.
What did
The
you
elderly
see?
man, whom Anna had argued with earlier, was staring straight at her with a
Damn.
grim expression on his face. His body was stationary,
What is all this
but his
mark on
lips
his
were
face?
moving
On his face?
non-stop. as if chanting some sort of ritual.
Okay.
Even as she paced around the cabin, anxiously anticipating what the colleague would find, the man's eyes would not leave her.
Okay.
10 minutes passed, and the male flight attendant came back to report that a thorough search of the room yielded nothing.
Nothing.
He comforted Anna by suggesting that she probably just experienced a hypnopompic hallucination,
Okay.
ones that occur at the end of sleep. This explanation put her fear at ease, though only temporarily. While buckling up for landing,
Okay.
Anna's skirt had slid up just enough for the senior flight attendant to catch a glimpse of something strange. "Did you bump on something?"
Huh?
the senior inquired. Anna followed her colleague's gaze to her left leg. On the inner portion of her knee, barely visible through her
Damn.
skin-toned pantyhose, was a linear patch of darkness,
Okay.
about 3 to 4 centimeters in length. She rubbed the area. It didn't hurt, and the skin was not raised.
Okay.
Unsure of what it was, she shrugged and answered, "I guess I must have."
Alright.
Exhausted after a 20-hour flight,
Okay.
Anna returned home and headed straight for the shower.
Alright.
While undressing, she took a closer look at her leg, and that's when she realized the dark patch on her skin was actually a set of irregular markings which resembled the inscriptions on the wooden box
Whoa.
that the elderly passenger handed her.
Oh my.
She then immediately remembered the prickly pain she felt during her nap on the plane.
Okay.
The location of the pain was exactly where the marks were.
Damn.
In a state of panic, she hopped into the shower. But no matter how hard she scrubbed, the dark spot would not fade. Since then, certain types of insects seem to have an affinity for Anna, often appearing at unexpected places around the house. More than once, she found them under the blankets as she was getting ready for bed.
That's scary.
Other times, she would awaken
Whoa.
in the middle of the night to find
No.
them crawling on her. Consequently,
Okay.
she has been living in constant fear of her surroundings,
Oh man.
not knowing when a bug might come out to attack her.
Okay.
To this day, Anna still has that mark on her leg.
Damn.
Whenever anyone questions her about it, she would recount the horrible experience on that flight.
Alright.
I have personally examined the mark, and though I'm more inclined to believe the squiggly patterns are just an uncommon variation of varicose veins,
Okay.
after all, flight attendants do spend a majority of the day on their feet, Anna insists that the old man had somehow placed a curse on her when she
Damn.
came into contact with the mysterious wooden box.
Whoa.
Though I can't say I agree with this theory.
Okay.
There are certain points of the story I am unable to explain. For example, if the markings on her leg were indeed due to varicose veins,
Okay.
why had nobody noticed them before?
I don't
Did
know.
they magically appear right after Anna's encounter with the old man?
Huh?
And why are there suddenly all these insects around her? Was
I
all
don't
of
know.
this really just a coincidence?
Nah.
I love you.
The video is ended. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Peace.